Recording in progress. Anyways, hello. It has been a morning already. Welcome to episode 83 of the Got Whips podcast. It is.
Kill me.
I'm not trying to kill you. It is Friday, August 26th. Yeah, I'm Heather, coming to you from California.
Hey everybody, I'm Nicci, coming to you from central Wisconsin.
And straight off the board, we would like to welcome new and returning viewers. As I said, today has been a day already, and it's only 10 o'clock my time. So please forgive the energy that I have. I do not. Yeah. So I feel like this is going to be a quick episode, but we say that and then we get on tangents.
You checked it now. You talked that it's going to be. I even refrained from saying it because anytime I say that, it goes longer.
It's like an hour episode, yeah. Well, I only have one whip. I mean, I guess I have technically two whips, but one of them is a cross-stitch project and I have no finished objects. So I feel like it will be a fast episode, but
I'm just going to say we're going to put everything for the KALs down below. We're just not going to talk about them in depth today. Catch back with us next week because this is such a crazy day for both Heather and I.
Yeah, and I mean, we went over them last week. We're going to go over them next week just because we have winners for
Saga to me.
Oh no, just talk it to me. So we'll go over them again at the beginning. I feel like we should do like the first episode of the month, like in depth, and then maybe like the last episode of the month. Because the first episode would be most of them, well, Saga to me will be winners. And then the last episode of the month is kind of like get it in because you only have a few days left, you know?
Yep. So this is the last time for Saga to me before the next month.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just pair of socks. Still have coupon codes. They're down below for Area 51. Double entries with hers.
Yeah, I'll put them on the screen.
Yep.
And the hashtag and all that stuff. So I have no FOs.
I just wanted to quickly show you guys. I found it right after the podcast last week because it was driving me crazy.
Like right after the podcast.
So here is the birds of a feather in all its glory.
We were still on Zoom.
So I even still had the stitch marker, you guys, from where it was.
Yeah.
To find off. So that's all I had last beforehand. I get to take my stitch marker back now.
Yeah, she literally finished it.
And I just stuck it in a bag with another project and didn't work on that one. So
yeah.
Back in that bag it'll go for right now. Okay. I have no FOs. I have no FOs from this last week.
Yeah. Well, I mean, one of our whips is the same. This is in a Knick-Knack Knits drawstring bag. Has owls on it because owls are my jam. This is my Ranunculus, whatever. I did not put a marker in. Shame on me.
You would think this is your first rodeo.
I guess it could. Sorry, that was my cell phone hitting the floor.
I thought it was just your project bag. I didn't realize it was a full cell phone and everything.
Oh yeah. No, my project bag's still in my hand. I saved my project. I didn't save the phone. So let me just, because I know where I was. So let me just quickly do this. Oh, that was loud. Sorry. I was here. So the last time y'all saw this, last week, I had just completed the short rows. Right here.
Yep.
So it's the short rows completion. And then I went into my yoke. I did these crossy thingies and all this. And now I am I'm putting in the markers for the raglan increase. So I think I'm in section.
You had to go up a needle size, correct, for yours?
I'm on section 4, yeah. So I'm using 10.5s, and I'm doing size 6, which is
57.5.
57 and something.
Yeah, we're both doing that the same size too.
57.5, yeah. So here is what I guess this is okay. Here's what it looks like when it's all complete. It has some lace detail around the bust, and yeah. I am doing short sleeves and longer, so I have plenty of yarn. Oh, and my yarn that I'm using is I almost said it's cheap juice, but it's not. It is Yarn Bee from Hobby Lobby, in the Soft and Sleek DK. Yeah, this is aquamarine is my color.
It's very pretty.
Thank you. It is lovely.
And I will show mine now. I went down a needle size, so I'm on 9s instead of 10s. Last time you guys saw it, it was just finishing the ribbing, and now I am just split for the sleeves on those off in pattern.
What
And I had about that much done last night since I took the sleeves off. So there's mine.
You're farther than me.
I'm sorry. Blame Kim and blame Sarah.
It's all because Kim told you that you got mad because I was beating you.
No, that's not why.
Yeah.
No, she started racing me now and she keeps saying she's gonna win. So actually you have her to blame for this. So Sarah thinks I should put it down now until surgery so that I have something easy to just go round and round.
Yeah.
Which is a good idea. I could do that. Because I got the lovely tee, so I could get that one past the sleeve separation too. So I have 2 sweaters to bounce between.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm using Barocco Remix Light. Ooh. I'm still on my first ball.
Me too. I'm still on my first ball and I have 4 more, so I think I'm fine.
And I have 1 more. So, and like Heather, I'm probably going to do mine a little bit longer. I did that with the sleeves. I did short sleeves and I bound off right away like they said to in pattern, or you could add more, but I didn't.
I think I'm gonna add a little bit of sleeve, but not.
I have plans for like 3 more.
I know I want to do 1 more at least.
I'm actually ordering yarn for 1 more when we get off of here.
I want to make a orange one.
Yeah, I want to do a coral. So, yeah. Do you want me to do my last knitting?
Sure.
So you can cut a cross stitch. And the only other thing I worked on that now I got sidetracked with the sweater, but now I should move back to this, is my stitch by number. And I was down here starting the triangles, and now I have 3 complete, and I started my 4th. So I'm very excited. Very excited. And the stitch by number is a Stephen West pattern. It's also for what the KALs we're doing. So
yes. Did you do any of your cross stitch?
I plan on starting it this weekend.
Oh, you haven't even started it?
Nope.
So, as we talked about last week, maybe,
Yes, it was last week.
Nicci and I are both doing the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, Snow Globe KAL. And the first clue came out last week on Friday. No, 2 weeks ago on Friday.
Yeah, like the 12th.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago on Friday. So yeah, the pattern first clue came out 2 weeks ago on Friday. So I'm going to show you the pattern. If you don't want to see because you're doing this is your warning to look away. This is the first snow globe. He's a little reindeer, and he's obviously in the snow globe. And there's, Santa, all that stuff. I am not, so originally these are ornaments. I'm not stitching them as ornaments. I'm stitching them in one long piece, and I'll get like a thin frame to put them in, most likely, or maybe I don't know how I'm gonna finish it, but I'm gonna finish it as
a big piece.
Yeah, I don't want 4 or however many.
4, I think.
4 or 6.
4.
I don't want 4 little ornaments. I want them all in one line. So, here's my progress. So I'm stitching this on 18 count Aida. It's like a oatmeal-y color. I don't know if you can pick up the difference.
Yeah, you can.
So I started here with the little dude. Well, I don't know. I don't know what was wrong with me. I don't know if I was tired or what, but I had to take him out.
What?
Probably 3 times. And I've only done half crosses. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
But I've only done half crosses because that was one strand of floss. This is how I store my floss on these cards. Or normally I use floss drops, but this was available, so I got it. And I take my needle. I should not show you on black. I take my needle and I pull up one strand that's folded. So I do the loop start, if you're familiar with that. So this brown section was one length of floss. And I didn't want to continue with the brown section until I got the blue section done.
Oh, okay.
I feel like if I do the blue section, then I should have a rough idea of where the brown section goes. And if I find out that the head of my reindeer is off, I can pull that out and not, you know what I mean? Like if I find out that the head of my reindeer is off while I'm stitching the blue section, then it won't be such a huge deal to pull it out because I've only done one leg of the cross. It's only one strand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and I know better. Like I know that I should have started with the globe portion, like the background, if you will, before I did the little critter inside, but he was so cute I wanted to do him first. So going forward, I feel like I'm going to do the globes and then whoever is inside, because we don't know. It's a mystery. Excuse me. So my advice to you, because you are a newer stitcher, and it's kind of good that you haven't started yet.
Right.
Instead of starting in the middle, where like it's kind of like the norm to start, count up to start either here,
okay,
at the top of the blue, or
count down and do the bottom of the base.
Yeah, either start at the very top or the very bottom. I recommend starting at the very top just because everything else should fall in line going down. You know what I'm saying? And there's like a thin, I don't know if you can see this on this picture, but there's a thin gray band.
Yeah.
You can start with that if you wanted. and
I was
do
gonna say, can I do the outline first?
yeah, you can do the whole because it only goes around the whole like the snow globe part. It doesn't go around the base. So
Okay.
if you wanted to do that whole outline, it's like a semicircle, you can do that and then go into the blue. But I don't recommend starting with the character first, just
Gotcha.
because there's a lot of things going on. Like there's a lot of snowflakes in the globe that can kind of get your count off.
Gotcha.
So that's my recommendation. Like yeah, I just have this on some Ada. Yes, I use washi tape for my salvage edge.
I was gonna say, did you sew that on there?
No, it's washi tape.
Gotcha.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna separate them 2 inches apart. So like there's 2 inches from the snow globe to the end of my fabric. So
Oh, okay.
the snow globe, there'll be 2 inches going down. And then I'll figure out some sort of border or something to put to kind of make them look cohesive, I guess you can say. And for me that would be 36 stitches because I'm using 18 count. So
Gotcha.
the number is how many stitches are in an inch, if you didn't know. And I got my floss from 123 Stitch, but they left out a floss, and I emailed them last Saturday, and I got it yesterday. So I have all my flosses now.
Yay!
Flosses. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to do another stitch along. But yeah.
I think like in the mood to like craft, like knitting, cross stitch. There's so many ideas going through my head right now, and that's like all that I keep focused on.
Crafting?
Yeah, like I want to be knitting. I want to be stitching. Like I don't want to be working or doing what the housework or making dinner for people.
Yeah.
I just want to be doing what I want to do right now.
The last 3 nights, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we had back to school for all the kids. Evelyn's was Tuesday. Gabriel's was Wednesday. I just realized that I probably should not be talking about this now. Probably should save it for life update, but whatever. And Matt's was last night. So all 3 of those nights, we had crock-pot meals, like crock-pot dinners. And I even made chicken legs in the crock-pot.
Nice.
And my mom was like, I didn't know you could make chicken legs in the crock-pot. I was like, anything
you can basically
cook
make anything.
Yeah, anything that you can cook in the oven, you can cook in the crock-pot because that's basically what it is. And like they are pre-seasoned. We got them from Costco. It's like a huge pack of pre-seasoned chicken legs that you are intended to grill, but I didn't want to grill it. So I threw them in the crock pot and they were done in like, I put them like for 6 hours on low and it was fine. They were super tender, fall off the bone. The flavor of the spices kind of
mingling
into the meat, it was really good. So I have not, like, my cooking has been, I mean, the meals have been good, but the cooking has been not so up to par. And I told Hector tonight I'm not cooking dinner because we're going to the game. And he's like, okay. It's like, so you can buy pizza if you want, but I'm not cooking dinner.
Yeah, before we get into life updates or acquisitions, I will say thank you for everybody who came last Saturday to Zoom. We had people in, and that was really great to see. We love meeting the people who watch us and talk to us. We get to put a face with the names.
Yeah.
And don't forget, every Wednesday we do have Zoom too.
Yes.
Sometimes one of us has to miss either the morning or the afternoon, but one of us is always there.
Yeah, I did miss the evening one this time. I apologize, but like I said,
it happened.
Gabe's back to school night, so yeah, but I mean, we're usually always on, and we say that it's from it's 4 to 6 my time, but
Sometimes they're early, sometimes we're late. We're not late, but we're later.
We're there. Yeah, we're on later. Yeah.
So thank you again, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Heather did her well, I'm not doing like that today. I can do acquisitions. Do you have any?
No.
Okay. I got from Chickenladyfiberarts deprogrammed with all the blues. So thank you, Lynn. I forgot to bring up the little tasting box she sends with each order. She gives you, it looks like the chocolate candy boxes you get at Valentine's Day from your sweethearts.
Mm-hmm.
But instead it's like different yarns that she carries with the bases. Same color, same size on all of them. And like, so she'll throw in mohair and like, it'll tell you on the lid, like which ones they all are. So you can see what the other bases feel like and you know, how they take the dye.
Does she do that for every order?
Every first order.
Oh. So
I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
So if you're not following her, go follow her. She sends out newsletters. Her newsletter people get early access to some discounts.
Yeah.
So
and colorways, right? Like we know first.
I think so.
Yeah, I think we know first when new colorways are coming out.
And then normally during Christmas time, I think it's Wool and Honey from Michigan. They did if you're part of their news group and Facebook people, you could get a free $25 what's it called? Gift certificate. And I finally decided to use mine on these. It's a long Afro Anna. And I got their mohair, and then in the same colorway, I got this is merino, and this is their mohair. So I'm gonna make a hat.
Cool.
So that came in too. And then my last purchase, Heather helped me find some floss drops that I really think I'm gonna like from Atomic Heart.
What did I do?
Yeah, you went in my pocketbook and made me do this. So the thread chip from them, I just received them this morning. I haven't even opened them or played with them, but they're acrylic.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry for the crinkle, guys. Maybe I'll open this.
So just really quick, she is a lady that I found on TikTok. I've since followed her everywhere. She posts videos on TikTok about her business. She has a business. It's Atomic Heart floss drops.
Atomic Heart cross stitch is what this package says.
Yeah, Atomic Heart cross stitch, and we'll put her link down below.
Okay.
So she talks about her floss drops on her on TikTok. She talks about her business. She also talks about her cross stitch, and she shows tips and tricks and things that she's learned along the way. Her mother has been stitching since she was younger, and she still stitches now. So a while ago she was at her mom's house, so she showed like all of the projects that her mom has made.
Wow.
Yeah, like stitching is definitely in her family. Her mom has made some beautiful pictures that are hanging up in her house, and she did like a little tour. It was cool. So anyways, so
inside that, I got the ring.
Mm-hmm.
And 100 of these guys.
Oh, you did the 100.
Yeah. And so it has, I don't know if you can see the little slit here for the extra, and then you drop off here, and then this part goes onto the ring.
Yeah.
And she also sends you stickers to write them.
Mm-hmm.
I got like 4 pages of the little stickers to put on there.
Yeah, she should send you enough and then a few extras.
Right. So 100 of them with the round labels, and they're 3 inches. So they won't fit in the boxes, but that's fine with me.
Mm-hmm.
This way I can get even smaller rings for each project to put them on. So this is why I was waiting, because I knew it was coming to start the project, so I could cut them all, put them on here.
I see.
So I didn't want to like start it and then then I wouldn't want to do that. So
yeah,
I wanted it organized. or tried to be organized. Is more the tried to be.
That's
That's all I have for acquisitions. I do have a couple more things coming in the mail because this was a naughty week for me.
I feel like that's gonna be so next week Hector gets paid. We also have to pay rent, which is I hate paying rent.
Don't we all?
Rent, yeah, we have to pay rent on that paycheck, but then like we should have money extra because like we're heading into life update. I'm going into it. He gets paid every other week. So it's like supposed to be like the 15th and the 30th of the month, right?
Okay.
Well, all of our bills, I feel like, come out on the 15th. So it's like while he got a pretty decent check, all of it was on bills. And so like, I mean, we still have money in the bank. It's not like it's like overdrawn or whatever, but like not enough money for me to go shopping, right? So, because we still have to live off that money for a week. So then like his last check of the month, we would pay rent for the next month, and then whatever's left over theoretically would go into our savings account and be there, you know? But I mean, I did go to Hobby Lobby last weekend and spend like $80. So, well, that's not true. I spent probably the beads were not on sale. Were they? They were on sale. Yeah. So I probably spent like $30.
Right.
Because he bought some stuff for work. And he bought dowels for the windows and stuff like that. Like whatever. That's Hector's job to secure all the things. Yeah. So like I've already mentioned, we went to back to school nights. Matthew and Evelyn pretty much have cakewalk school years this year. Last night Matthew's teachers were like, you know, they take notes. We do a lot of notes in class. We do a lot of like notes and practice and stuff like that. And all of his teachers want him to have a notebook specifically for their classes.
Yeah.
But then he can use those notes in his quiz.
Yeah.
If he takes good enough notes, he could use those notes. And she's like, of course, it's not going to be the same equations, you know, for his math teacher.
Right.
Of course, it's not going to be the same numbers, but the concepts are going to be there. His notes on how to explain the concept are going to be there, you know? And like we were walking out and I was like, bro, like there is no reason why you can't get a B average this year in all of your classes. Like, I mean, I get it. Like sometimes the ones that are really going to knock him down are like the chapter tests, just because he can't use his notes for those. But like the quizzes, should have no issue getting a very good grade on. And same thing for Evelyn. All of her teachers are like, they're seniors. They're ready to leave. But you know, it's like, no, like I know they're seniors, but that doesn't mean that you have to basically hand them, you know, and it's like, if you pay attention, they're handing you
what you need to
pass. It's like you don't have to put any work into it. All you do is pay attention, you know?
Yep.
I was like, oh my God, this is like
we haven't started school yet, so
it's totally different from when I was in school. Next week
Friday he starts the 2nd.
Which is so weird. It's on a Friday.
The rest of the kids start on Thursday, but sophomore, junior, seniors don't start till Friday. Everybody else in the district starts Thursday.
And then they have Monday off? Oh my God.
And my surgery is moved to the 15th of the month, so I will be here and be happy next week still. Not in pain. Well, in pain, but not.
Where are you going with that?
But I still have more time to get ready. Like there's things that like are on my to-do list. Like I made a huge list of things I want to do. And one of them is casting on a muscle bird before I start surgery so that I have that to just go round and round.
Hey, I can do that with you.
So there's that.
I have to make evidence.
I don't think there's anything else. Well, my anniversary is on Monday. Me and Justin. And so we're going out to dinner tomorrow to a new restaurant, but it's like an hour and a half away and they don't take reservations. They open at 4. And if you're not there right when they open to get your name on the list, like it can be 2 to 4 hours before you get a table.
Oh, wow.
So we're planning to be there at 3:30, Justin says. But if you know my husband at all, he's like late for everything if it's not work or hunting. Yeah. So I'm not going to hold my breath.
He's not late to work, but once he's there, he has a hard time separating himself from it. Like if there's stuff going on, like once he's there, like he can't he
can't separate himself from it. Like no. He's there. And I Heather knows this because I've had to pick him up, and like I will be sitting there at 4:45 because he gets off at 5. And I'm still sitting here at 5:30 and they're like, yeah, he's still there and he's still making he just doesn't know when to stop, when he's supposed to walk out.
Yeah, or like we've been on Zoom before and he's supposed to get off at 5 and he walks in the door at 6:30 and we're like, bro, where have you been? He's like, at work. I couldn't, I couldn't drop this. I couldn't stop this or, whatever. Like, yeah. Okay.
It would think that he's the manager or something and he's not, but he gets all the phone calls at night from all the other guys. And I'm like, it's not your store. So, but yeah, he's a good worker.
He loves his job.
He does. He just doesn't like getting up early in the morning.
Well, no, he's never like that. Justin is a night owl.
He is. And so is his son. I am not anymore. Like,
no,
6:30 rolls around and I'm like, bed. But then I wake up at midnight and I'm like, no, go back to bed. No, go back to bed. Because I have to by 5:30.
Bye, JJ. We were talking last night and I got home from Evelyn or Matthew's thing and I was like, if you guys decide to stay on late, let me know. And then Nikki's like, it's already late. I was like, I know. Like, it's fine. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
And then I slept really good last night. Funny story. Like, that wall is behind my bed. So obviously there's no headboard like Heather has. Okay, Justin doesn't like headboards. Whatever. We have a purple bed. It came with the frame and everything. I somehow rolled onto the side that I don't sleep on normally. And I got my arm wedged between the mattress and the bed frame. And that's how I woke up and I couldn't move.
Where was Justin?
Trying to help me move my arm out from there. Because not only was it stuck in there, and it was asleep. And it's like the side I normally push up on.
Move, yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I'm going to die.
Yeah.
So.
Hector if you don't know, Hector works at a furniture store. He does direct manufacturing, wholesale furniture. It's all like handmade, real good stuff. So I have been begging for this 4-poster bed since we were married. It's a king size bed and it's 4 like I love 4-poster beds. But, there is no the frame is wood slats that go the length of the bed and then they go there's periodically there's one that goes across the bed,
Yeah.
So I want to get the purple mattress. But it comes with its own frame, right? So I'm trying to convince Hector to somehow make our frame without the slats stable enough that we can just put the frame of the purple mattress inside the square of our frame.
Oh, I think good.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
No, I mean, we can, but he just needs to put like, because right now the square of our frame without the slats is not really, it's not really secure. And it's not like we're going to be sleeping on, you know what I mean?
Right.
But because of the purple mattress, you have to put it on their frame, right?
Because I wanted a sleigh bed. That's the bed that I love, is the sleigh bed. That's what
we used to have a sleigh bed.
That's like that's the one I love. And Justin's like, nope, not with the purple bed. I'm like, oh.
But yeah, like I want, and I mean, he does this all day long for his job. He figures out how to make, he'll see something in a commercial and take a picture of it and send it to his boss. Next thing you know, 3 months later, they have their version of whatever this furniture item is,
Yeah.
They have a police box, or not a police box, they have a phone box. So then when they brought it in, it's like the, English telephone box. When they brought it in, I was like, you should make that into a TARDIS. Like, that would be freaking awesome to use the basic shape of it and just make it into a police box. Well, they did it. And now it's like one of their most, because you have to order it. It's not a thing that they keep in stock. It's one of their most ordered thing for like 2 years in a row. Yeah.
100%, because there's so many people who love, what's it called?
Yeah. This comic book store ordered it and they turned it into their ATM. Like, they put all the ATM stuff inside. So yeah, it's cool.
Awesome.
Anyways, I don't know what else I have for like.
Sorry, the dog moved and I thought something else was going on.
No.
I will say that before we leave, that Around the Table is having a really awesome sale for the weekend.
Oh, really?
Now through the 5th of September, they have 30% off a Sheepja's Callista, Color Crafter, Chunky Monkey, Malabrigo Machida, some self-striping, super fine. I think that's all of them. But 30% now through the 5th of September.
What is the Sheepja's whatever you said?
Callista?
Yeah, what is that?
That's a worsted weight something.
Oh, worsted.
But the Chunky Monkey and the Color Crafter, it's like $280 a ball.
I can get some Color Crafter. I'm not going to buy Chunky Monkey.
I love Chunky Monkey.
Well, okay, you live in a climate that is appropriate to wear Chunky Monkey.
Oh, speaking of my climate right now, they're telling us we're going to be having over 100 inches of snow this winter.
Yeah.
I'm coming to live with you and Hector.
Well, where you are finding out that you're getting 100 inches of snow, we are finding out that we might have, I don't know, it doesn't make sense. We are finding out that we might have flooding and rain that would come close to the amount of damage that happened in Hurricane Katrina.
Oh, wow.
How they can determine that, I have no idea, because Hurricane Katrina was devastating. But that's what that's what they're saying in the news. Like, everybody has to or they're encouraging all the people in LA County to stock up on supplies and be
they're telling
prepared.
us to prepare for bad winter.
Yeah, they're telling us that it's we're gonna have flooding and we're gonna have storm-like conditions for 75% of the winter.
Wow.
Yeah. It's supposed to be the second El Nino. And the first one was not great. So
on a pleasant note, we hope you enjoy your weekend.
Yeah, I think that's all we have to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, so enjoy your weekend. We hope you get lots of crafting time and lots of things accomplished.
Yep.
Sagatumi ends on Wednesday. And we will draw prizes for that next Friday, and then all of the other KALs end on the 30th of September. So we'll draw prizes at the beginning of October. And I'm sorry I have no shop update. I need better time management skills, but I'm 36 years old.
My shop update is going out to a shop, so yeah. I will wait.
Yeah. Watch our Instagram accounts. We post on Instagram when things are coming up and when things have been launched. So check our Instagram accounts. Don't just, wait until the podcast comes up, because things could change between now and then. So anyways, happy crafting, have a good weekend, and we will see you all next Friday or on Zoom on Wednesday.
Bye.
Bye.